think. The kids to bed, the dads are home. We are the DWO podcast, representing the dad world order, where the jokes are bad, the advice is questionable, but the love is all real. I am the pretty faced papa, Mr. Magnificent Mike Martin, and with me as always, well, most of my patriarch pack, but yeah, my dad team partner down there. He is the two-time world record holder. He is the wrestling t-shirt guy. Oh, Cephas.
1,383 days today, and we're rocking the OG Orange Cassidy shirt, yearbook shirt. It's a little more. You're too positive.
We're short of dad tonight. Shout out Big Rig. Him not being here threw me off a little. I forgot Perpetual Meg Carter. Damn it.
It's all good. With him not being here, it means I got to pick up his slack and let you know that our special guest tonight is Mr. Harry McCane from Harry not SFX, FX. I done stuttered already. See, look, Big Rig's the introducer. I can't do it. I'm not as good as him.
I thought it was SFX because that's what all the handles are.
It's SFX. FX, isn't it?
Nope. SFX.
You had it right the first time.
Oh, shit.
You big dummy.
I thought SFX means sound FX. I don't know.
Special effects.
Oh, okay. All right, special effects. All right, well, let's get started on that. How the hell did you get started in wanting to do the makeup and the special effects realm of horror? What made you get into that?
I started off working at Kings Island doing Fear Fest.
Oh, really?
Back in 2001, and I was, having fun scaring the kids.
Oh yeah.
From there, I went into management after a couple years, and then I got into just doing the makeup, and I was just kind of behind the scenes doing makeup. I was the makeup manager for a couple years. Once I was doing that, I started getting into doing independent films, and that kind of just led into making, masks and props. And from there, I went into making little collectible creations.
Yep. My kids know you as the egg guy, even though I've told them your name a whole bunch, because every year we go twice a year to the Horror Hound Festival, and you have a booth there, and you have little grab bag eggs. And I literally, like, my kids, it's like a must have. They want to make, when we go to Horror Hound, they need to get their eggs. Even though, I've got most of the toys that they've collected throughout that, but it is what it is, I remember one year the kiddo won like a special pack or something. And
the mystery box.
Yeah, I won a mystery box. She was so excited for that. My kiddo is quite the horror buff. Were you always into scary shit?
As long as I can remember. I remember watching the Fog, at 5 years old, sitting on the couch watching horror movies with my mom, so yeah, I've always been into it, so
my son's
it's
like
been
that,
a lot
man.
of fun. And, over the years,
Do you
getting into, and then, being a part of horror movies myself. So
Yeah, who the hell would have thought working at Kings Island, would turn into working on films and into a career,
No, I had no idea. And honestly, it's not even really a career. It's more just a hobby. It's just kind of stuff I do, on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's gotten you into some cool places. I mean,
So it's still fun.
you got
Yeah.
to hand deliver Al Snow a version of himself. The
Oh,
Al
yes.
that's just
His face was priceless.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I don't know if you've seen the video of it or not, but my best friend captured it, as it was, and it was kind of interesting. I kind of went up to his table and I said, about a year ago you made a joke on social media, and his reaction kind of changed. He immediately crossed his arms and he leaned back, and his wife was behind the table and she goes, "Uh-oh." And so I'm guessing they figured that I was going to be, after him about something he said. But I'm like, year ago you made a joke on social media about wanting a dildo a dildo, and I messaged and I said, I make horror related dildos. Would you want one of your own? And I sent it and totally went to sleep. I woke up the next morning to a buddy messaging me. I'm like, dude, you're out of control. And it was a copy of the post and Al responding, hell yes. So I got to working on it and, waited for the opportune time to where I could actually hand it to him in person. And, he was thrilled. He took pictures with it. And then later on, when he posted pictures, there was, other wrestlers that were pictured with it.
I just messed up with that graphic there. I was trying to put the graphic up. I got a picture here of Al receiving the Aldo, if you will. His wife is such a sweetheart. We got to sit next to her and his mom for a show in OVW, and they were just so kind. Al's such a great dude. He's a former guest of our show as well. So now you guys are at this point you're colleagues. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had actually booked Al for a movie that we were making. Hell, it's probably been 7, 8 years ago, and we never ended up finishing the movie, never ended up filming his part. But I did contact him, and had him all set to be a character in the movie.
Huh.
Then end up running into him at Kings Island when I was working there, and I'm like, "Hey, you still in for the movie?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm still down."
Yeah, he seems like the kind of guy, if he tells you he's gonna do something, like he's gonna follow through on it. Like he like Bo said, I mean, he came through for us at the OVW thing, and doesn't really know us other than chatting with us on here. It was really sweet to us. So I assume you're a Cincinnati native. Are you still?
Yes.
Okay. Is there a lot of like independent film production that goes on in Cincinnati? Like I don't have my ear to the ground on that at all. And I'm just it's curious to hear you talk about like, working on these films, and it's like, wow, does that go on around here a lot? And I don't even know anything about it.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different filmmakers around town that are making movies. I had no idea either, and I originally the first one I worked on was in northern Indiana, and I kind of got turned on to that one by a guy from Horror Hound and a guy I worked with at Kings Island, Stan, I believe.
Stan Trailer?
Yeah,
He's in our fantasy league and is likely listening. To be honest with you,
Sans the homie.
yeah, he got booked in. He got cast in the movie, and I messaged him. I'm like, "Hey, do you need a special effects artist?" And they're like, "Yeah, we do." So that was how I originally got my start, and it was about a 4-hour drive from Cincinnati. And then once I got into the scene, I started realizing all the different filmmakers that were around that were making them of various qualities.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, I got to. We had PJ Starks on the show here. I'm not sure if you know who that is, but
I do.
I ran into him at Horror Hound, and I'd never met him in person. But I had him on the show, and I just happened to be at that little private party they have afterwards, after Horror Hound's over. I was like, fucking PJ. Who's like, why do I know your face? And then it clicked. He was like, oh, I've been on your show. Holy shit. Like, yes, we never met in person, but we met digitally. It's pretty cool. Horror Hound is definitely a melting pot. My daughter, she wants to make a horror movie right now, and we haven't worked on it like I want to yet, but once we get to the process and get it actually made, that's where I'm going to take it to. I'm going to take it to little screen festivals they have where you can enter your film and stuff. And kiddo wants to make a movie, we're gonna make it happen. It's just taking a while.
There you go. Just encourage it.
Yeah, she's 11, so there are a lot of things that are more important than her movie right now. But we'll get
Hey,
there.
when she bites into it, though, I mean, that's all you can do is just be supportive. That's like Mikey with his music, man. It's just I try to provide whatever avenues, whether it be advice or technology or whatever it is, to help support that hobby. Something they're passionate about like that. You gotta feed that.
Yeah, I've always been a big proponent of that. If somebody would have fostered my love for pro wrestling, I would probably be a massive star in pro wrestling. If I would have understood how to have work ethic and just any type of guidance at all. But my parents, alas, preferred druggery and fun. So,
Druggery.
I mean, just being honest, it is what it is, though. So I think if I support my kid and I give her everything I possibly can, one day she might have a, brand new movie on HBO that I just watched today, Substance. If you guys haven't seen it, it's phenomenal. It's got Demi Moore in it.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, essentially, without spoiling too much, there's a process in their world where you can inject yourself and your body will split like a cell, and a newer, younger version of yourself will come out. And that's the movie, and it's tremendous, dude. Demi Moore was fantastic. Do you remember your first scary movie experience, Harry? Do you remember what was the first thing that really scared you, or is that something you don't remember?
I mean, I do remember watching The Fog with my mom at probably like 5. I only remember 5 because I was in kindergarten at the time. And I remember waking up and having like a nightmare from it. And, it was just like, it was a weird nightmare. It was like I walked into my parents' bedroom and there was like severed heads on the bed, and I kind of woke up screaming from it. But I mean, it didn't deter me from, loving horror movies, and, definitely didn't deter me from, being afraid of the fog or anything like that.
Mine was a dream, and it was a chef pig, and it has reoccurred throughout my whole life. He kills my entire family.
Damn.
And it's always in my grandmother's house that she no longer lives at anymore and hasn't in years. But it's always in the same basement, and he drags us all down there. And I've had it at like several times throughout my life, and it's the same pig. And I remember just being terrified of it. And I don't know if there's a movie that associates with that, but that was the first like thing in my life that I remember being fucking terrified of.
Attack of the sous chef swine.
It sounds like you got an idea to give your daughter for, one of the movies she made.
Bring my nightmare to life. Dear God.
I hope not, because I don't know how.
Maybe it's not a nightmare. Maybe that's the idea, though. Maybe it's just supplanted in your head for you to feed to her. We might be onto something here.
Hey, not bring it into life, dude. I'm just saying that be a fucking terrifying, obviously fake movie. You know what I mean? That's the thing. She likes terror more than horror. I think that's definitely in the horror spectrum. That's in the Chucky and Freddy and shit like that kind of spectrum, which is still fucking cool. But which, by the way, gotta say, just a few ideas for your line. I don't know how many different ideas you've had when it comes to what'd you call them earlier? Silicone
stress relievers.
Silicone stress relievers. My buddy at work, Morris, had the greatest idea. He's like, I told him you made horror themed ones. He's like, does he just do a knife? Like a silicone knife? I was like, that's actually a fucking brilliant idea. I don't know if that's I would imagine somebody somewhere wants that,
Yeah. Yeah. I could definitely see that as being,
especially with the people you meet at Horror Hound.
Right. And, when I first had the idea, I had the tagline to murder that pussy. That was the original tagline that I had going with it. When I made the Screamdo, murder that pussy. And I even had it on like the first shirt that I had, but then like talking to some people like, I don't know that I want to wear that one, but yeah, I think I do even have a sign that originally said murder that pussy.
Yes.
it's quite the aggressive thing to say too. So I get it. It's kind of like, I don't know. It's like the fucking screaming penis game. It's not technically inappropriate, but it's inappropriate.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I end up going with Murder That Kitty, and it's kind of, it doesn't have the same ring to it, but, it's,
It gets the point across.
yeah, it gets the point across. Yeah.
I want to mention how saying "murder that kitty" is a softer thing than.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a spin-off line. No, follow me here. Dad does.
Are you looking to get your own Mr. Magnificent?
I'm just saying. I mean, I'd buy one.
Yeah. Well, with the Al Snow, that, it was kind of, I was like, you know what? I don't know that I'll ever sell one, but as long as I can make one and give it to him,
Worth
it's
all
going to
the
be
time.
totally worth it.
So how many hours went into actually like sculpting and everything taken to make that for Al?
Oh, I have no idea. It's kind of one of those processes that I'll start on something and then I'll put it down for a while and then I'll come back to it and kind of, sometimes things come together really quick and other times, they'll sit there for months. I did a Candyman and it sat around for probably a year before it ended up, reaching finish stage. I think the Al Snow, I think it was probably, about 2 months that, from start to finish.
Okay. Just as time comes where, if you find inspiration or motivation to jump into it. And now I get that. It's like any artist, really.
Yeah, like with the Beetlejuice movie coming out last year, I did a sandworm, and I think that one came together in like 2 weeks, start to finish. I already had the finished product, made on that one.
Looks like a little rosebud. It's pretty cool.
Might need to hire my guy here for research here. He's saying maybe a rubber Freddy glove, fist complete with the sweater. I could see that with the for lack of a better
Lord have mercy.
Well, I did do the Freddy tongue. It originally
Oh,
started off
God.
with the phone with the tongue, and I just went to the whole face and just his tongue sticking out.
Bill, I can't believe you don't have pictures of this pulled up yet.
To be fair, I don't.
To be fair,
of adult playthings, to be honest with you, and I didn't think about it. Otherwise, I would have.
start googling it now.
Yeah, let me see if I can find a few on the interwebs here. I'm sure there's a few.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's see. I think I've got a few here.
there is the Al Snow,
The Aldo
the Aldo
with head.
with head. Yes.
I love you even use like the font and the stylistic print with it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have fun with it, and like some of the best parts is finding up the little puns that go with it. I did a Dr. Seuss or a Grinch a couple years ago. I was walking around Universal and I saw this lady's sweater and it was of the Grinch and it was shaped like a butt plug, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to do a Grinch butt plug. And I like started thinking about all kinds of different Dr. Seuss rhymes to go with it. I was just having fun with it. It's.
You remember any of them?
I don't.
Damn it.
It was like, put the
bet they were
Grinch in your
gold.
stench.
Take him down to Whoville.
That's a good one.
Put the Seuss in your caboose.
Put the Seuss in your snooze. Like that. All right, I got a few photos here. Let me upload them. I got you've got quite the selection here.
Visual aid. Look at you look. And for those listening and not watching at home, Google it.
Check out right here. We got our buddy Jason Mewes holding a screen down. He looks rather concerned.
Yeah, I met him a few years ago, and I talked to him about making a Jado, and his biggest concern was his kids finding it. He was like, "I've got a kid; they might find it. I'm afraid." But then he was like, "But you can make one, and we can raffle it off for charity." So
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either.
that one might still happen. There's so many other ideas I have going on.
I love the layer colors here, and here's your a glimpse into your booth at the Horror Hound. I don't know if this is last year or what, but you're there every twice a year, aren't you? You go
Yes.
every time.
Yeah.
At this point, it's like a guaranteed every 6 months. My wife and I get a date night, so that's Horror Hound is absolute must for us. At some point, we're probably going to have to get a DWO table there. I know we're not quite horror, but I don't know, just a reason to be there all weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. I need to put on the calendar for next time, man. That way I remember to remember it.
Yeah. Old Stan and Trisha, man, we literally look forward to getting drunk with them on like we didn't get to last time, but we normally get a hotel close to theirs and we'll get on Saturday night, we'll go to the after party and we'll get schmammered a little bit.
Nice.
I don't get to do that often without, having to worry about where my kids are or anything, you know what I mean? So it's easy to just let loose at Horror Hound. How long have you been going to Horror Hound? You've been going there for quite a while now, or
Yeah, I've been going to Horror Hound for probably over 10, 12 years now. Back when it used to be over at the Sharonville Hotel.
Yeah.
It was over there. I did 1 year. I did airbrushing out there in the kind of where the elevators are. They had us set up there, but that place got so packed. They outgrew that hotel and had to go across to the convention center.
I like that they went across to the convention center. There's more room for stuff.
Oh, I love it over there.
Draw more crowd, which means you draw more money, which means you can get better guests. It all just makes sense.
Plus, you get cool shit like this. Like, I got to go to the fucking Hardy party, and I got to
The Hardy
see
Party.
Matt do his podcast, and then Jeff play his solo stuff. Which, by the way, throwing this out there, and anybody watching, especially to you, Mr. Harry, we are hosting Peroxy Wygen coming up Saturday, November 1st. Tickets are available on the little QR code there. If not, go to ticketweb.com and make sure you look these up. We will be hosting the show. Jeff Hardy's band is a hell of a band, and there's 4 other really cool openers on that show as well. It's going to be a hell of a night. Kids are welcome. You can meet and greet with Jeff Hardy. It's going to be a badass night. But yeah, just, self-promote real quick in the middle of the episode, just in case.
Shameless plug.
Can't help it.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. So Harry, are you a father?
Yes.
You are a father. So what do you think is the appropriate age for a child to get into horror?
I don't know, man, because my kid, I tried to get him to watch stuff when he was little, and he would like self-police him, and I was trying to get him to watch, I think, Maximum Overdrive, and he was probably he was probably like 8 or 9, and he was like, "Nope, that's rated R. Mom won't let me." I'm like, "Yeah, but Dad will." "Nope, I can't watch it. It's rated R." "I'm letting you watch it." "No." I'm like, come on, you can watch it. "No."
That truck was terrifying, dude.
Yeah.
I actually made there's an unreleased graphic I have. Is Eric's face on that rig.
My kid seems intrigued by it. My middle kid. My youngest, he don't really care for it, but my middle kid, she's just like, I want to watch everything. She loves The Shining. She loves the old It. She loves the new It. She loves Terrifier. It took me forever to let her watch Terrifier because I know it's just gore. And I don't have anything against it, but she is fucking 11. You know what I mean? And there are some suggestive scenes in there as well. But I had this whole like, if I don't let her watch it, she's gonna sneak off and watch it somewhere else. Better let her
Yep.
watch it, I guess.
Right. I mean, at least watching it with her, that's a little bonding moment and kind of,
Yeah.
You're there to answer any questions or,
Yeah.
whatever.
Make her turn her head because the
Yeah.
scene. No, look at this. Don't look at it.
Cover your eyes.
Cover
yeah,
your eyes.
you do the cover your eyes until she starts looking through her eyes. And then, you kind of,
I never did that.
I always loved scary stuff, man. There's a movie, I don't remember exactly when it came out, but I remember one of the late nights when I first got a TV in my room. I was watching TV and I wasn't supposed to. A movie called The Ugly came on. And it's got, if you've watched Sons of Anarchy, it's got Bobby Munson, the guy with the big beard.
Yeah.
He's in all kinds of stuff, but he's in it, and it's just this real fucking mind fuck of a movie. And I remember it was the first time that I realized that scary could be something other than Freddy or Jason. That's the type of movie that I really like. It's something that just makes me like, I don't know, like think, for example, with Midsummer, for example. Like that movie's not quite horror, but it's also fucking scary. I don't do you like the way that modern horror has kind of transitioned, or do you feel like the creature feature is still the way to go, or what's your type of horror?
When it comes to like the modern stuff, most of it I don't see. I still have yet to see a Terrifier.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I saw the one little clip or like the little All Hallows Eve that had Art the Clown in it, so kind of know about it, I've seen them, but it's just like most of the time I just don't find the time to watch them. So, but I do enjoy, catching up on ones that like people like, later call the classics, of the new recent stuff, and then when stuff does come out, I kind of try and get a chance to watch it, like when they did all those new Screams, but honestly, I can't remember anything about them. They all seemed like they were,
I remember the first, and that's about it. I mean, that was such a classic, and everything else was just kind of a diluted version.
Yeah, I love the first. The second one's okay. The third one's like,
It was like The Matrix. It was kind of like it was a whole new concept of horror movie. So it was like, excuse me, it's like The Matrix. The Matrix. The first one was so revolutionary, and the story was so cool. But then it's we wanted more of it. But when you got more of it, you're like, man, it doesn't just feel the same. And I felt the same way with the Scream movies.
Right.
I definitely with Scream 4 and 5 kind of feel you on that. The first three Screams I think were great. I think that they were a good trilogy, if you will. But since they brought Scream 6 and about to be Scream 7 out, I've been back obsessed. The show on MTV, you have to accept a level of hokey with horror anymore. Like, and there's a level of hokey that is in the series and 5 and 6, but I'm very optimistic for 7 because they bring in Matthew Lillard back. And, I've always said he didn't die in the first one. All you've seen was a TV fall on his head. That doesn't guarantee that he died.
Right.
I mean, and I feel like that's where they're going with it. I'm so fucking excited for that. I'm a huge fan of him. I've got somewhere, wherever my autograph book is, they got a photo of me and my entire family in front of a fake Scream house with him and Skeet Ulrich. Because that it's just it's almost like a.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, I love it. We're
bleeding out over here.
He may or may not have a Screamdo in his possession.
All right.
One was gifted to him a couple years ago, and I wasn't there when it was given to him. And my friend who gave it to him said his reaction was less than thrilled. He looked at it, he was like, "Is this a dildo?" And she was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Is this the way my day's going to go?" And she was like, "Well, I can take it back." And he kind of like pulled it, he was like, "No, I'm going to go ahead and keep it." And I'm like, "Oh, I thought he would have enjoyed it or at least had fun with it, but maybe not. I don't know."
If I was him, I'd have I'd have it.
Some of the celebrity reactions to them, it has been a little, hit or miss kind of.
Probably caught off guard a little bit, maybe.
Oh,
yeah,
definitely.
Didn't
Definitely.
wanna-
Because I think that might have been one of my first shows selling them, so the word probably wasn't around like, hey, there's somebody selling dildos here,
There's so many different ones that you could do too, man. Like I just watched Hard Eyes with the old lady the other night. I don't think it's a very great movie by any means, but his face alone could make the head of one. You know what I mean? There's so many different things. And in that respect too, as long as you're making your own design and you're not like putting the actual name of the film, you can do pretty much whatever you want, right?
Yeah, I believe they all fall in under the parody kind of trademark.
That's good because you could definitely there could be, a movie that you make one for and it goes viral in the right spot, and then all of a sudden you have to make 160,000 of them. And you're struggling to figure out how you're going to make 160,000 Johnny Depp toys, or whatever, whoever it is that's on the toy. So I don't know. I feel like you could make a really good killing off of some of those, but at the same time, it'd be like an episode of Family Matters when they realize that they have to cook 3,000 pastries overnight.
Oh God!
One of them things where it's just your whole family's pouring silicone, all trying to get the order done.
It's so obscure, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Same. I I don't know the last time that I've watched the Family Matters, but yeah, you start talking about, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that episode.
It's funny as hell. I just recently rewatched the whole series, so it's fresh in my mind, but that's definitely one of the more fun episodes.
We just watched Who's the Boss?
That's so good.
It's so wholesome.
It's so fun to watch shit like that. I call that mindless shows because I can stop, play my game for an hour, and then look up at the TV again, and it's okay, whatever.
Yep.
I still know what's happening. That's why I like How I Met Your Mother. I watched that. Mona. I love Mona a lot.
Oh yeah. Mona was quite the fox. She was always on the prowl. She was definitely the cool one.
She was the real boss.
Yeah.
Fucking Tony Danza. I don't know.
Oh, we're close now, Tony Danza.
So I know you dabble in a little bit of wrestling here and there, but do you currently watch wrestling? Are you a current wrestling fan or no?
No. I got into it a little bit when my son, he was kind of got into it probably about 10 years ago. And I took him to a Raw and actually got, like 4 rows from ringside.
Hell yeah.
And it was just like, oh, I had the pre-sale code, put it in, and it was like 4 rows back. And I'm like, oh, come on. This is once in a lifetime. I'm going to go ahead and do it, and got him the tickets and that. And I got there and I'm like, I don't know who any of these guys are. I'm like, wait, when did WWF become WWE? It was like it had been that long.
Yeah, no kidding. When did that actually happen? Was that the 90s?
It's 2001.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm. It's the same year as the XFL.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
it was a weird year.
I think that was about the time that I had stopped watching. I think once WCW was gone and the real rivalry was gone.
Oh yeah, once the Monday Night Wars died, because during the Monday Night Wars, I was like junior, senior year into my freshman year of college. The fraternity I joined all got together on Monday nights and watched Monday Night War. It was great. But after that kind of died off, it was just like it didn't have the same appeal to me anymore. Plus, I was in my 20s and doing young 20-year-old shit.
Yep, that was about the same for me.
So do you have a website specifically for your SFX stuff? Is there a .com or a place where people can shop your stuff? Or...
I do have, I've got my artist page that I, post on Facebook. And then I do have a website that has, I think just like 5 of them up there, where they can find 5 of the most popular ones. Or just message me on Facebook, tell me what you're looking for.
So we joked about, you making to where you could sell 160,000 of them. Would you want that to become your main career? Like if some for some reason that took off, would you want to produce those? Would that be something that you'd quit your day job for if it was in the right monetary type of thing?
I mean, it's all possible. My day job is I do catalog work. I'm a graphic designer, and
Oh shit.
so it's that kind of stuff. And sitting at a desk working on computers and that. So I guess if it became an actual job and was paying the bills, then yeah. But
What a
You
cool
get,
feeling.
to, you get to work from home.
yes,
That's awesome. God bless technology.
It still would be cool to be like, you know what? I'm quitting because I'm gonna go make my Scream themed adult toys. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, that would be a good conversation to have. Like, you know what?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I do have a collection, I think, of 12 to 14 different ones. So, I mean, it's like, when people ask, like, oh, what do you do? It's like, well, I've got my own collection of, adult toys.
Yes, Mr. Gray.
Hey, the right person sees them, you know what I mean? And they're like, oh, I want to put you in every hustler across America or something. You know what I mean? You never know. Those type of opportunities happen, especially when you
Bro,
go.
that's when you sell the idea and you cash out and you say, I retire at
Right.
50.
Right. Yes.
Could you
Yeah. I
imagine?
was doing it was a art show, and a girl came up to me and she was like, yeah, I used to work at Dusty Flint's. I can, contact them and find out if they would be interested in carrying. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Never heard nothing from it, but it was still cool to have that conversation.
I like that you refer to it as a hobby though, because I mean, I'm sure it's not only about just selling selling the things you sell, but it's also, putting yourself in that environment of these cool things, like the Warhound convention. I feel like that's probably a whole part of the package as well and keeps it fun.
It does, and it's fun to see the different celebrities that will interact with them. I did have a guy from he was a Jason from one of the I think it was Freddy versus Jason.
Oh hell yeah.
He was walking by, and I'm like, hey, you need a little Jason, and he turned around and was like, I need a what? And yeah, he came over and he was like, oh my god, my girlfriend would love that, and he totally bought one, and he
Just
made me do a video, describing what it was.
I half expected you to have hard E-boys toys. You know what I mean? That would have been an opportunity right there. And like, look, here you go. Take this home. They were super great, man. I like when people you meet them and they're just super gracious. You know what I mean? Matt and Jeff Hardy were the definition of that.
But it sounds like, your experience is a lot like ours. I mean, it's when we get to go out to conventions and wrestling events, it's getting out and being around the performers and being around the like-minded fans and stuff like that, man. It's just that energy is unmatched.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, when you find somebody that's like so, like, oh my God, I love the screamdo, I love Ghostface, I've got to have it. It's just like, and I know that, there's most of them are just going as a collector's item, it's not going, but there's others that, they have an intimate relationship with the products that I sell, so I mean, but it's fun to see the people that'll see him like, oh, well, it's like, I really love Jason. And then you're like, well, here's a little Jason, like, oh my God, that's great. So it's kind of cool to see the people with the different reactions to the different characters, the ones that they have, a fondness for.
You ever have somebody tell you inappropriately what they're going to do with it? You hear me?
You losing?
Can you hear me?
You there, Harry?
Harry?
I think we might have lost him.
He's a moving, but I don't believe he hears us. It's a solid question. Don't let me forget that question. There it is.
Yep. It'll refresh probably. Well,
Wait for Harry to come back.
give him a second.
In the meantime, plug that show again.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Considering it's coming up. And we're not going to have Thursday is our last show until this because we take 2 weeks off for Halloween. So make sure you grab these tickets. Come meet us here and come join us for the show. There's Harry. Can you hear us?
Harry's
now?
back.
Ah, I'm back.
All right. It's all good. With that being said, though, and that little fiasco happening, let's get we have 2 questions that we ask every single guest. Without a doubt, we try to make sure we ask every single person. Mike will ask you the first question, and then I'll ask you the second. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, us dads all being very budget-minded individuals, we like to just kind of gauge our guests a little bit and ask you, what do you keep your thermostat set to?
Summertime, it's probably 72, 74.
Oh boy.
Wintertime, 66.
Damn.
Woo.
All right.
Sometimes 64, depending on if I can get away with it for a while.
Bless your heart. 72 in the summer, 68 in the winter. It's comfortable though, you know what I mean? Like I'm okay if I have to put a hoodie. I like wearing like a hoodie and sweatpants around the house. That's my comfortable attire. So if it can be that year round, I'm good.
Yeah, well, I am the shorts all the time guy, so I am always running hot. So I'm, unless it's well below 0, I've usually got shorts on, even wintertime and that.
That guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy. Yeah.
I was
But really,
flip flops too.
no, hell no, no, and really, I'm only that guy because they wouldn't allow me to wear jeans in the gym. And I'm like, all right, well, I guess I got to wear shorts because, I'm not wearing sweatpants or, any of that. So I just wear shorts all the time because I go to the gym almost every day.
Oh, shit.
I was the same kid growing up. I got my mother in trouble a couple times because I would just wear them to the bus stop and it'd be freezing cold with snow on the ground. And I'd just be in there in sneakers and shorts and a shirt and a hoodie. Like, why you got a hoodie on if you got your pants or shorts? What's going on there? I don't know. I was always the same way. Oh, I run hot. If I don't have a fan year round, cold, it's AC is blowing in our room right now. So I'm with you on that.
Bo, by the way, your sister is absolutely riding your ass in the comment section. In case you're paying attention. God bless her. Shout out, Caitlin. Shout out, Caitlin.
Asshole. You think just because you're pregnant, I won't be I'm eating fucking dinner at the same time. It's a fucking potato skin.
Be nice. Okay? She's about to be a mom. When's that baby due?
February.
Be here before you know it.
And here's another comment. Free designs here. A bloody chef's knife. Michael Myers' 3-foot kitchen knife. Jason's machete. Freddy's glove rubber fist. Fantastic anal beads. Look, dude, you might get some ideas here. February 1st. Cook that thing for another 20 more days and have it on the 21st. Okay? That's kind of really long, but just hold it all in.
That's asking a lot. Just asking a lot. Hold tight.
Just hold tight. Think solid thoughts. I still can't believe my baby sister. I was 14 years old and I came home from school one day and my mom was like, "You want to meet your baby sister?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And she showed me a VHS of a sonogram. That's how fucking far apart I am from this child. And now she's about to have a child. I don't know.
Roll that second question.
Yeah, second question. What is something that you are thankful for today?
What am I thankful for today? I am thankful for all the support that I get when I'm making all the stuff that I make. I get encouragement from my friends. I am so thankful for all that kind of support, my wife putting up with it, my best friend encouraging me to keep making more designs and, getting them out there. So that is what I'm thankful for, the support to the people encouraging me to.
Well, we're thankful you came on, man, for real.
Absolutely.
We normally take 2 weeks off for Halloween, so we like to do our spooky week the week before, and we've got you. I'm not sure if you know who the other guy is this week, Phantom AD, but he does rock and roll music that kind of sounds like, I can't even know how to describe it. It's like maybe late 60s rock, but it's all about like Frankenstein and Dracula, and he's like Unknown Henson if he sang about vampires only. You know what I mean?
Oh, nice.
That's kind of what it sounds like, and he's coming on. He's also a substitute teacher. I just keep thinking when I look at his picture, I'm like,
That's fun.
you gotta be one of the coolest substitute teachers to have. Either that or he's just really annoying. He's like, science. I'm singing about science. Whatever. It might just get annoying at some point. Look,
I had a great chemistry.
You are correct. I'm excited to see you, baby.
I had a great chemistry teacher that would like sing and dress up in character and come to class and did cool shit, man. And it made chemistry class so easy to learn and just something to look forward to. So hopefully he is that kind of teacher.
Think about all the teachers you forgot that didn't do something like that. So.
For real. Yep. I still, Mr. Dreyfus. He won like a Channel 1 award that like came to the school and everything. He was dope. So
like the Channel 1 that we all had to watch from like 9 a.m. 9:07 a.m. for some reason.
Yeah.
It was so weird.
Yep. Just a cool ass Jewish guy working at a Catholic school.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Well, boys, especially without Eric here, man, it's fucking definitely feels a little odd, but at least we'll have him back in on Thursday. Harry, we're definitely going to have you back on at some point with Eric on as well. Maybe we'll have you back on next year and talk about some more spooky stuff or something. But tell people where they can find you again and where they can locate their version of screamdos, or what was the other word you called it? I can't remember now.
Silicone stress relievers.
Silicones. I got to remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can find me at Harry SFX on Facebook, or you can just find me Harry McCane on Facebook, and I can direct you to the right spots. You can find me at Horror Hound.
That's what she said.
Twice a year at Horror Hound. Which, if you've never been to Horror Hound and you're listening to us, make sure you're getting tickets for that March Horror Hound. March is going to be absolutely fantastic, and they've not even announced anyone yet. So,
well, they've announced a few.
Did they?
Yeah, I believe. I think I saw Tyler Maine.
Like Sabretooth?
Yeah.
What?
Yep. And Skeet Ulrich.
No shit. I didn't know they announced anything.
The aforementioned Skeet.
Yeah, they have mentioned. They announced it over the weekend for the Horror Hound Rewind.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, you lying sack of shit.
Well, to be fair, I was not, hip that day. I don't know. I was busy.
It's only been a couple days, so yeah, it's easily missed, and I don't know that Horror Hound has promoted it. It was on the Horror Hound Rewind, and then like the Facebook page, the fan page, posted that they were going to be there.
Well, yeah. Well, thanks for the breaking update then, or the breaking news.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, I see what you're talking about right there. Horror Hound Rewind. Okay. All right. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Fucking hey, that's gonna be a fun time. I'm a big fan of the original X-Men, so Sabretooth is one of my absolute favorites. So.
Yeah, my buddy Jack is friends with him. He's actually been to his house, and we were at a Days of the Dead, and Tyler was there, and I sat there and I ate chicken wings while him and Jack drank a bottle of wine.
Oh yeah,
he was a cool guy.
It's so cool to see Sabretooth brought to life. I grew up a fan of the cartoon from the 90s, and seeing that character brought to life was so cool.
Well, it looks like we'll have to go meet him in person at Horror Hound and see if maybe he'd be interested in coming on to the Dad World Order podcast. Just like if you're listening, make sure you're hitting subscribe and like and follow and all that stuff. Do the thing on the thing because it helps us. And we're just three real dads, even though you only see two of us and a guest. But we're three real dads trying to build a brand for our kids. Something to be proud of. So make sure you like and subscribe. Even if you don't listen to the episode or something, something come across your feed. Anyway, my name is Mr. Bocephus. I'm the rest of the shirt guy. That guy over there on that side, Mr. Magnificent, he is the Alvin to our Alvin and the Chipmunks. And the guy in the middle is our wonderful Yes, Harry McCane. Harry, thanks again for coming on, man. Appreciate you so much. Mike, you got anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah. Be memorable, be inspirational to somebody.
Oh yeah, that's good shit. And until next time, up there.